Welcome to NKTelco Sports. We're here at Northmont High School where the Fort Loramie Redskins take on the Russia Raiders. Tonight's game is sponsored by Minster Bank, Sweeterman Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, Cy Sweeterman, Carriage Works, Wilson Health, Orthopedic Associates of Southwest Ohio, Kogi Plumbing, NKT Productions, NKTelco Sports, and First National Bank. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Greg Burning, my partner Jeff Hench, and we're here at Northmont High School for regional semifinal action. Jeff, should be a good Shelby County matchup here in our first semifinal. Fort Loramie Redskins 16-10. Taking on the Russia Raiders at 19-7.
And both these teams have really played some very good volleyball, especially late in the year. And this is going to be a rubber match tonight. Both these teams split during that Shelby County Athletic League round-robin season that they played. Fort Loramie won the first match, I should say, back in September 14th. But the Russia became the spoiler, if you will. The last game of regular season, they beat Fort Loramie. Russia did to prevent Fort Loramie from getting a share of the SCAL title with Anna. So those two teams very competitive. They've had good years, and they both have cruised through their first 4 games of tournaments, winning in straight sets. Obviously, this is going to be their first true test, and they know each other so well. So, it's anyone's ball game, and we're expecting a good match.
Yeah, should be a good one here at Northmont High School. We'll take a quick break and be back with the starting lineups and the opening serve. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Sweeterman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Carriage Works has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. Carriage Works thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. Carriage Works now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. Carriage Works has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for Carriage Works. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Welcome back to Northmont High School as we get set for our first regional semifinal action here as they go through the roster for Russia. Number 7, Faith Apple. Number 5, Morgan Wenrick. Number 10, Lexi Monin. Number 11, Claudia Counts. Number 12, Cameo Wilson. And they are coached by Aaron Watkins, I mentioned before, coming in with a 19-7 record. And on the other side, the Fort Loramie Redskins, coached by John Rogers. And we'll catch you up on the starting lineups here as we're going through the whole roster here. Sophia Albers, number 11, Emily Austin, number 12, Chloe Stang. Number 20, Abby Holhouse. Number 22, Marissa Meyering. And number 24, Hattie Meyer.
Number 32, Taylor Raderman. The Fort Loramie is coached by John Rogers, assisted by Randy Schmidt.
And as we get set for our first setup here, the Redskins coached by John Rogers. Jeff, we talked about it before in the pregame. Should be a good matchup. These two very familiar with each other, obviously in the same league and compete twice a year.
Very similar. They know each other very well. They have similar numbers. Fort Loramie comes in averaging just under 11 kills per set. Russia just over 11 kills per set. Both teams serve aggressively, or at least get some aces, I should say. Fort Loramie does a nice job. They average almost 3 aces a set, and Russia right there with him, just over 2.5. And blocking, both teams are identical. Each team averaging 1.4 blocks per set. And we'll see once, they said these teams just played each other a few weeks ago, and both had a relatively easy time, if you will, through the tournament trail, took care of business, and dominated their competition, winning in straight sets. And, great matchup here at regional semifinal action, and two quality teams.
Libero will check in there for the Russia Raiders, number 2, Whitney Plyman.
Plyman, along with Larissa Poling for Russia, both first team all Shelby County Athletic League. So we'll see Poling, she averages just under 4 kills per set. Greg mentioned Plyman, she's a libero. She does a nice job defensively. And serving for Fort Loramie is Emily Austin. She was honorable mention all league as a libero. So we have a couple of the better liberos, if you will, playing tonight.
We'll just get under action here at the first point. Nice dig on the Loramie side there. Going to set it up over to Holhouse, who almost got the kill. Nice effort there by Russia, as you're going to get the block there, the termination block by number 6 for the Redskins, Kenzie Holscher.
Holscher, one of the team leaders in blocking at just about a half a block per set. Again, that's Greg mentioned, termination blocks. A lot of touches we'll see, but when you block it for points, those are the tougher ones to earn. And Holscher, along with Abby Holthouse, each credited with that block assist.
A little mishandle there by Russia. Nice block, and it's Kenzie Holscher again. She's making her presence known at the front there for the Redskins.
Just a freshman, and again, that time solo block for Holscher, and she was honorable mention as well as a freshman. Nice season for her.
Russia really struggling here early on at the net. Nice save, though, by them to keep that one alive. Loramie going to go right to Holscher. That one's blocked back at him from Russia by number 9.
Larissa Poling, I mentioned her kills. She averages just under 4. But she comes back leading the team, if you will, with a great 1.1 blocks per set. Again, it's a difficult task to get termination blocks, and she's able to get it done.
Nice dig in the back row by the libero. Here is Russia, bumps this one across. Should be a good opportunity for Fort Loramie. They go right down the middle. It's blocked again by Russia. Loramie able to free ball it across, and that one's going to go deep and out of play. Good presence of the net there already from Russia.
We've seen a lot of good touches at the net, a lot of good pickups by each defense, and Holscher trying to catch him off guard. Right idea. Hit it long, but Russia returns a favor with the first serving error of the match.
Plyman's serve goes into the net, so Loramie will take over, and are on top here early in set number 1, 3-2. If you're just joining us, welcome to Northmont High School. Here's Holhouse with the serve. Picked up by Counts, pushed across by Wilson.
That was Poling his 9.
Thank you, Jeff.
But she's a one you'll see a lot of.
And another nice block, Kenzie Holscher, got me on Wilson.
Well, she blocked Poling, and that's a tough task. Poling, a great hitter. I mentioned just below 4 kills. She has a great hitting percentage at .376. So good net play by Kenzie Holscher here early in set 1.
There's a push to the far side, and that one's going to be knocked in by Morgan Wenrick for Russia. And that's the first really good passing we've seen from Russia. They've struggled off the first serve. Got that one set up really well.
Couldn't get into offense. That time when you get into offense, got a good rotation, good rhythm, and Morgan Wenrick with her first kill. She averages just under 1.5 kills per set.
There's Loramie back on the attack. That shot taken by Stang, picked up by Russia, and free balled across. Again, a little mishandle there. They're going to go back to Stang. Tries to dump it across and catches a break there from Russia. Is going to be called for a double hit.
Fort Loramie will be called for the double hit.
Oh, my mistake.
So they got, I
That's
believe it was.
That's why you're beside me here.
That's why I'm watching the game. Stang, though, just a little awkward attack and they two-hand hit. But again, Russia, service errors, 2 of them here, and they serve as a team at 92%. Fort Loramie just under 90% as a team. So both these teams very even stats-wise.
Stang with the serve, picked up by Russia. Here's Poling. That one's going to go long and out of bounds. Went back and forth here so far, the early going. Loramie, I believe, with their biggest lead here now at 6-4.
You mentioned we're at the Northmont High School, home what they call the Thunderdome.
Thunderdome. It's a great facility.
Relatively new school, not too old. Nice place to play and watch. That one into the net. I don't think it ever cleared the net.
Count shot doesn't get across. That'll send Stang back to serve again for the Redskins. Leading 7-4 on our First National Bank scoreboard. That one picked up by Plyman and knocked across by Counts. Loramie back on the attack. Here's Holscher blocked again at the net by Poling. Boy, it seems we have quite a trend here. It's either Poling on the Russia side or Holscher on the Loramie side as you see the replay.
Right in the middle, one-on-one, and Poling, good timing. Her second solo block, so 2 blocks for Poling here in set number 1. As you mentioned, Holscher, a nice job of the net as well. She already has 3 blocks here in set 1.
Loramie back on the attack. That one bumped across by Myring. And coming back is Cordonier. Dug up by Loramie. Myring again. It looks like it's going to be just long. Well, that was a close one. It's called out.
Tough break as it looked like Myring's shot just caught in, but it landed evidently just out. Tough break for Myring and the Redskins, but Russia gets the advantage.
That one picked up by Stang. Back set over to Myring. Free ball to cross. Russia right down the middle. Nice dig up by the libero. And here is Holscher on the swing route.
Poling a good job getting that one, or you should say, staying out of bounds, keeping a play, but a free ball will give the Redskins a chance.
Myring will touch it across. Push across, and a nice save by Fort Loramie. Both teams looking to get a good strike on the ball, and Myring gets one in play there.
Little off-speed hit, and probably there the right thing to do is just the off-speed, hit it right in the biggest spot of the opening, and Myring missing on their first attack gets credit for that kill.
Kenzie Holscher with the serve, sails out of bounds. So typical first set, it seems like, for volleyball, especially in tournament. A lot of energy, a lot of nerves. We've had quite a few service errors here to start out.
That was Fort Loramie's first, and Russia already with 2.
This one picked up Loramie side. Here is Myring again. Overplay for Loramie. A nice dig by Poling as they free ball it across. Good defense by Russia. Little mishandle there, and the block by number 3, Ashley Scott, for Russia will even this up at 8.
Scott and Wilson timed it well, and Russia didn't really go and attack that well, Greg, but they were able to get a good defensive stand at the net, but commit their 3rd service error. Again, they come in as a team averaging, or serving, I should say, at 92% accuracy, so these 3 errors probably a little bit more than the norm for the Raiders.
Russia back on the attack. A little double set there. Goes into the net off of Ashley Scott. As you see, I should say a staggered set, not a double set.
Yeah, a little awkward. You had the hitter right in front of the other hitter, and makes it a little tough to know which one to block, but the net into the hit, I should say, into the net prevented that from happening.
This one free ball to cross. Larmy's going to have a good chance here. Set over to Myring off the block. Again, Poling with a nice dig in the back row. Russia free balls it back. Larmy with another good
chances here.
Backs it over to Holhouse. Blocked at the net, but it'll drop. Another kill for Holhouse as Larmy stretches her lead back to 3.
Holhouse, as you'll see another look at here, set along the pin. She's able to get it in. She averages just over 1 kill per set.
Alber's serve will sail deep and out of bounds. So Larmy gives that one back.
2 service aces against Coach Rogers' team, the Redskins, and Coach Watkins, his club, has already committed 3 errors serving.
Faith Apple just checked in for Russia. She's serving. Picked up by Larmy. Back set over to number 23. That's Rotterman. Russia able to dig it back up. Larmy another opportunity. Set over to Myers. Tries to push it across. Can't get it over.
You know, you talk about the good net play that Russia's had, especially from Poling. But, you know, when you're an attacker and you know you're going to get potential defense, you start kind of thinking of ways to get around it. That time Myron had the right idea of trying to push it diagonally, but put it into the net. You already can sense that the blockers are making themselves well known at the net by each team's attackers.
There's a back set to Holhouse.
Good hit.
And she'll get off the deflection, and another kill for Fort Loramie as they edge back out by 2 here again at 12-10.
Holhouse, a couple good strong attacks here recently. She now has 2 kills.
I'll send Myring back to serve for Fort Loramie. Dug up by the libero for Russia. On the overplay, Loramie able to dig it out of the net. A late call there. I think we're going to have a replay. I'm guessing just a misread there. Officials weren't sure what the play was there, so they're going to replay that one.
So nothing happened.
Nothing happened. It didn't even happen. Picked up here by Ruschi and pushed across. Nice play there by number 12 for Ruschi, Cameo Wilson.
Same type of attack that Myron tried to do. You know, that quick jar. It's a legal hit. It looks like a throw, but it's not. But
Right.
she pushed it where the defense was not.
Number 10 back to serve. Lexi Monin for Ruschi. Here's a set over to Stang.
And
that one's going to just catch the edge line. Good shot there by Chloe Stang for the Redskins.
Good directional, diagonal attack. Even if they're going to touch it, you're going to glance it, you know, hit it off their hands. That time, no touch, and she used all the court. Her first kill.
Emily Austin back to serve for Fort Loramie. Here in set number 1. If you're just joining us, I'm Greg Burning, my partner Jeff Henchen. We're here at Northmont High School. Fort Loramie Redskins versus the Ruschi Raiders. Here's Laramie's Holthouse trying to tip it across. So we go back and forth there a little bit. Loramie trying to get a good setup. Stang's shot blocked at the net. And across on the hit there is number 9, Poling again for Ruschi.
Made her presence known. A lot of touches for pulling at the net. Had a couple there. Benefit for her, the overpass. She timed it well, got her first kill. She averages just under 4%. That one was her first.
That shot by Myron goes down into the net, and we're even again. It's like one team goes up by 1 or 2, and they catch back up a little bit, and we've really been really tight here so far in set number 1. That serve dug out by Austin and tipped across. Loramie back on the attack. Here's Stang. She tries to dump it over and gets it to fall.
Stang, her second kill again, knowing that there's good blockers in front of her, pushed it to her left, found that front right corner open and out of the reach of the Raider defense.
Holthouse with the serve. Picked up by the Raiders. Monin and pushed across. As I believe that came off of Poling again.
Poling was the attacker. Her second kill, both her kills have come just now in this rotation. She was somewhat quiet in that category her first round, but did have a couple solo blocks in her first rotation, now getting it attacking.
Cordania with the serve, dug up by Fort Loramie. Right down the middle is Holscher, again blocked by Poling. And Loramie will push it across. Poling with another block. Little assist there from, I believe that's Wilson. That's Counts. As that one's dug up by the Raider Libero. Pushed across deep. And we're going to have a double hit called against Ruschi.
You have to be very careful when you go to push the ball, and it's a tough call, but in the eyes of the official, did not come out cleanly, and that's a violation.
Stang with the serve for Fort Loramie, and she'll record our first ace of the night. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back to Northmont High School as we're halfway through the first set, and it's really what we expected, Jeff. Very tight, back and forth, a lot of ties. Loramie currently hanging on to a 2-point lead.
And neither team really able to put together a big string of offense, and credit that to the other team's defense, if you will. It's been a lot of touches at the net. We've seen some blocks, which you don't normally see, termination blocks, I should say, but both teams have been pretty active at the net. We'll see once if each team will maybe, like you mentioned off air, maybe try to go around them, directional hitting. And Coach Watkins, only down 2, burns his first timeout.
So here's Stang, and a timeout worth it. She hits that one into the net.
We said it time and time before. It's unbelievable how many times after a timeout you come out and the server puts it in the net or out of bounds. It's like, good thing you don't have 15 of them.
Right, it's a little bit of that rhythm. Here's Poling back to serve for the Raiders, trailing by 1 here in set number 1. She catches the net. And Libero just able to track it down as Ruschi knocks it across. That's going to sail long and out of bounds.
A couple good saves by Ruschi, but the attack goes long. But you're right, it was a good play defensively, but just couldn't get it in a good rhythm for offense, and the attack goes long.
Kenzie Holscher with the serve, picked up and mishandled out of bounds off of Poling. That'll be an ace.
2 aces in the set for the Redskins. They come in, as I mentioned earlier, just under 3 per set, so they're about right at their average.
Here's Holscher again. Pulling, able to handle that one. Passed over to the far side. Blocked at the net by Loramie, but it falls in off of Ashley Scott for the Raiders. I was just going to say they matched their biggest lead at 3. And we're just like that, we're back to 2.
Scott, just a freshman, averaging just under 2 kills per set. Recorded her first one, and kind of a big one there to prevent that Fort Loramie lead to get to 4.
There's the wheel route there for Holthouse. I'm sorry, it was Albers. As we go back across the back line, there's Stang, and she'll be able to record one there. A big hit there by Chloe Stang for Fort Loramie to get them back to that 3-point advantage.
3 kills for Chloe Stang, and as you mentioned now, a chance to go to a 4-point spread and get that to that magical 20 number, Greg, which usually really doesn't mean much other than you're down to 5 points to win, and usually it's a mild,
more a mental thing, probably than anything.
Minor milestone, but see if Rouge can get into rhythm on offense here.
She bumps it across, picked up by Albers, and pushed across by Rotterman. Rouge trying to get something going, still struggling with it. Loramie, not a great first pass, a good set over to Holthouse, and good enough to drop for a kill and push to their biggest lead of the night.
Abby Holthouse, a 5'10 senior, her 3rd kill, and that volley, Greg, really not a lot of good offense there, and fortunately for Holthouse, she's able to get a decent swing on it.
Right.
Rouge couldn't take care of a couple free balls that Fort Loramie gave them, and that really hampered their offense.
Here's Rouge back on the attack, dug up by Stang, pushed back over to Holthouse. Holthouse, good swing on that one, nice dig by Rouge, and it'll be free ball across. Loramie gonna have a good chance here. Nice pass up front to Albers. Gets a little bit of air into that one, picked up though by Loramie. Rouge back on the attack. Good pass up front, set. I think that was off of Stang. Myring, thank you. Dug up in the back row by Stang. Here comes another one over to Myring. Cross-court shot dug up nicely by Plyman. And again, free ball across. Again, we're not seeing that good pass and hit here. Loramie going back to Holthouse. She gets one on it and scores.
It took a while, and it was really Rouge on defense for much of that battle. And Holthouse records her 4th kill, catching the 30-foot line on the end.
We have another timeout on the floor. We'll take one also. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
Welcome back to Northmont. We're here at set number 1. Loramie out to their biggest lead at 21-16.
Well, it took a while for either team to separate themselves by 2 or more points, maybe 3, but right now the big lead here for the Redskins after a couple good swings. The last one by Abby Holthouse, her 4th kill of set 1. And it's been really Fort Loramie as of late, Greg, with more of the offensive initiative here. Give the Raiders credit. They've hung in there keeping the balls alive, but have not been able to get some good offense, and they give the Redskins the ball right back to go to work on their own.
Rotterman shot picked up by Rouge, pushed across and out off of Scott. Really the same scenario there. Both teams had a great opportunity to set something up. Didn't get a good first pass.
Yep, all starts with a good first touch, and Redskins are in control right now. The Raiders need a offensive attack here to get the momentum back to their side. They're going to have a chance here.
And a great save there by Loramie to get it across. Here Rouge is on the attack. A dig again there by Myring. Albert's going to go right back to her. Myring gets through the block and just knocks it down. So a good defense leads to offense there for Fort Loramie, as they're now just 2 points away from taking this first set.
Myring records her 2nd kill. She averages just over 2 kills, or almost 2.5 kills per set, does Myring.
Here's Rouge. And a good shot there, knocked in by Claudia Counts to end the Loramie run.
Definitely a break that the Raiders needed. Counts comes up big with her 1st kill, but not much room for the Raiders. Just 2 points remain for the Redskins to take game 1.
Here's Counts now back to serve as Loramie subs in. That's number 31 coming in the game, Morgan Holscher. I think we're going to have a rotation error on Fort Loramie. We will. Those are not the points you want to give up in tournament.
They lined up incorrectly. Someone was not behind or beside the front row player.
Coach Rogers.
Yep. Right now they.
That was the easiest point Claudia Counts is going to have. She serves that one well out of bounds and gave that one right back as Loramie is now 1 point away from taking this first set.
4 service errors in set 1 for the Raiders, and that one a costly one right after they got a cheap one to give a cheap one, if you will, right back to the Redskins, and serving now for game point.
Myring back to serve. Mishandled, and it will drop. Set number 1 goes to the Fort Loramie Redskins. We'll take a commercial break and be back with set number 2. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
I happened to pivot wrong and hurt my knee. I ended up tearing my ACL. It hit me pretty hard because I love playing lacrosse. I met my surgeon and he made me feel confident about being able to get back into playing lacrosse. They always just took such good care of me, and they really were confident in what they were doing, which made me feel confident that I would be able to get back to playing lacrosse.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Welcome back to Northmont High School. We're at regional semifinal action as the Fort Loramie Redskins take the first set, 25-18 over the Russia Raiders.
Well, they turned it up a little bit, Greg, towards the end of that first set and opened up a very close game and then held on for the 6-point win. They did so by recording 9 kills, did the Redskins. They were led by Abby Holdhouse with 4, Chloe Stang with 3, and 2 from Marissa Myring, their leading attackers.
And back to action we go. Holdhouse's shot will sail deep and out of bounds, so the Raiders will get on the board first here to start set number 2. Yeah, they were dead even at 14.
And then they went on a scoring spree and really were more aggressive on offense. I think it's probably the biggest key to the end of that game. They got a lot more attacks. Russia played a defense and could never get into rhythm offensively.
Nice save there by Austin as Loramie gets it across. Here's Russia back on the attack. That one pushed across. Nice vision there by number 12, Camille Wilson for the Raiders.
Excellent court awareness with a set even close to the net. It kind of led her that direction, got her shoulders, more importantly, pointing that way, made it a legal hit, her first kill of set number 2.
That's served by Monin. Loramie on the other side, blocked by Stang. Goes out of bounds, so Loramie will get the kill there.
Stang with the kill. It was blocked, I believe, by Wilson of Russia, but a lot of aggressive bang-bang action at the net, unfortunately, for the Redskins. Goes out of bounds. They score their second point. Yes, their second point. No, their first one.
First point. Holdhouse back to serve for the Redskins.
Good
Just
serve.
clears the net. Yeah, very good serve. And the overplay is knocked down by Albers.
Albers, I'll give her the kill on that as she went up. Doesn't get a lot of kills being the setter, but that time waited for it, Greg, and more importantly, made a clean contact on the ball, didn't touch the net, ties it up at 2.
Holdhouse serve again, picked up this time by Plyman. Pushed over to Poling. Shot dug up by Holdhouse in the back row, tipped across. Nice save by Austin for Fort Loramie. Raiders back on the attack. Pushed her, attempted to be pushed across there by Cordoniers, short and into the net.
Trying to be creative and, delicate if you are, or not really fancy. Right idea, just it was a heck of a shot. That's a difficult one.
Yep.
And caught the net, or else it probably would have been a point for the Raiders.
Another good serve by Holdhouse. That one will record an ace as Loramie steps out to an early 4-2 advantage here in the second set.
Holdhouse leads the Redskins on the season with 64 aces coming into tonight's contest. give her 65 with that one, but more impressively, does all that and still serves at 93% accuracy. That one might have been out, but instead it's going to be her second ace back-to-back.
I was just going to say there's some big points coming here. Volleyball is a momentum game. I think Coach Watkins saw the same thing. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back in a minute with high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
We get a good shot of the Fort Loramie Redskins there, Jeff, as we're in the second set. Loramie will top 5-2, and right before the commercial I was mentioning this, there's a big streak going here for Fort Loramie. They finished that first set well, got it going here in the second set. Loramie's doing well. Russia, big spot here for them to get back in the momentum to get back in the second set.
Loramie's scoring in bunches now versus onesie-twosies, and Coach Watkins of Russia definitely wants to put a squelch on that, get his team back.
For sure.
Let them just take a deep breath and recover. A lot of volleyball left to go tonight for the Raiders, but definitely don't want to fall down early, especially like you said, kind of losing the end of set one pretty handily, or at least Fort Loramie pulling away. Someone is in the net.
And you can just feel the momentum. You know, this game is a lot about that. Of course, you can get it back as quickly as you can lose it. But right now, everything's going Laramie's way as they get a net violation there against Russia and are up by 4.
Holscher with a kill as they draw the Raiders into the net on the block. Another strong serve. I think it probably would have been out.
And they are struggling with Holthouse, that's for sure.
That's her third ace here in this rotation. And again, I mentioned the 64 aces she had coming in. What's nice is she gets aces, plus she keeps the ball in play at 93% accuracy.
Here's Holthouse again. That one right back by the end line again, and it'll record another one. And she has single-handedly pulled the Redskins out to an 8-2 advantage.
I'm pretty sure in her game against, not Miami Valley, but maybe against the game before that we had, Holthouse had a number of aces in that set as well. And boy, they're nice when you get them. Your offense doesn't have to work. Your defense doesn't have to work. You can kind of just
watch and enjoy. And she got another one.
Wow, that's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The Loramie faithful are appreciative of it as Holthouse goes back to the line again, now with a 9-2 advantage here in set number 2. Loramie took the first set, 25-18. Holscher serve again, this time picked up by the libero and knocked across to end the run is Poling.
And that was almost, not really an ace, but a ball that they had trouble keeping into the offense. They got a great set, and Poling steps up and really came up with probably one of the bigger kills of the night for her team, getting them that rotation to change and giving the third point to her team.
Plyman serve picked up by Fort Loramie. Here's Stang on the far side, and Stang gets that one in for Fort Loramie as they push their lead back to 7.
A good answer by the Redskins. I mentioned scoring in bunches. They gave up the one against Poling, but they come right back and get the ball back in their side to go to service.
That's that momentum thing is definitely going their way. That's one of the few mistakes they've made here in the first set is Chloe Stang, I'm sorry, the second set as Chloe Stang's serve goes out of bounds.
Yeah, the Raiders in a hole right now, trailing by 6. Need to keep the ball in play, but need to get a good first touch when they can on defense so they can get some offense generated.
That one goes to Holscher, blocked at the net. Picked up here by Albers, going to go to the far side to Myring. Nice dig by Plyman for Russia. Pushed across by Russia, picked up by Loramie. Wheel route there for Holscher, picked up by the Raiders. Back and forth we go. Nice save there by Austin. And from the 10-foot line is Stang and blocked at the net by Poling.
Well, I'll give Poling the block. I assume it went over. It looked like Poling had a good timing on it. That's her third block. Not only third block, but all solo blocks for Poling. They leave her go up by herself. Everybody else plays defense, and she's been successful.
Myring shot dug up in the back row. Cordonier passes it, bumped across by Poling. Good chance here for Loramie. Albers with the quick set. A little close to the net. It's going to be called for a double hit there, trying to pull it back.
Russia was in the net, so it was a legal contact by Albers, but the Russia Raiders in the net.
Thank you, Jeff.
So another break for the Redskins. Again, when things go well, that doesn't happen. You know, you thought maybe Alberts would get the double hit. They don't, and the Raiders, who have struggled this game, get a break there, but commit the net violation earlier.
I believe that was number 10 for the Raiders, Lexi Monin. You get that one to fall.
5-point game for the Redskins, and Russia here, we talk about scoring in bunches. They need to get this ball back and keep serving for a little bit.
Austin with the nice dig, very busy back there, and a good push over there by Albers. We talk about that play a lot in volleyball, and it's not something you can do a lot of, but if you pick the right time, it can be very effective, and that was a great placement there by Albers.
Albers, again, doesn't get a chance to attack much being the setter, but she averages about a kill a set, so she gets it done that way.
An aggressive shot there hit by Ashley Scott for the Raiders.
So Albers, you know, felt, like you said, sensed the hole, dumped it in the hole. You can't overuse it. Teams are ready for it. But, boy, what a good swing you mentioned. Ashley Scott, a freshman on my roster here, hit that one with a lot of velocity. Very difficult to make a play on it.
Tight at the net there again. I was just going to say, it looks like Loramie's going to bump into the net, and they do. So
Actually, it was when Albers from the back row came up to try to save it. She went above the net when the ball went over, I think, or attacked above the net. It's a back row violation of some means. There, how's that?
Point Rushi.
Yeah, good answer. And
there's another one by Rushi. They catch the back line.
Was that Scott again, number 3?
It was. And just like that, they've made a run to cut it to 3. That'll lead to a Loramie timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Welcome back to Northmont High School. We're here in set number 2. The Redskins leading over Russia 12-9.
Did you mention earlier momentum? Redskins got on top big with some great aggressive serving by Abby Holdhouse. And right now, that's almost been vanished, if you will. It's a 3-point lead, so easy come, easy go. Good call by Coach Rogers. You hate to give up that big lead and let the Raiders get momentum, because when you get momentum, you stop thinking about stuff and you start hitting the ball and things happen. And right now, the Raiders mounting a nice comeback here in game 2.
Wenrick serve picked up by Loramie. Shot across by Roderman. And on the overplay there,
on the
Scott,
follow-through.
Yep, into the net.
Boy, tough break for Scott. She's had some good swings here, but that time hit it well, but her finger caught the net. So a break, the timeout works, if you will. The Redskins stopped the offense of the Raiders.
Myring serve, dug up by LaRushi Ribeiro. Pushed across by Scott, doesn't clear the net. Back-to-back points by Fort Loramie, gets them back to a 5-point advantage.
From 3 to 5 in about a snap of a finger, Greg, and Redskins respond. And
they've done a nice job serving here in the second set, as Myron will record an ace.
First touch, we talked about it in game 1, Greg. The Raiders really didn't get offensively consistent offense.
For sure.
It all starts with the first touch, and game 2, that's been their Achilles heel today, is that good first touch.
Myron again, picked up by Plyman and pushed across. Loramie looking to get something going here. Get it to Roderman down the middle. It's dug out by Monin. Back row set to Poling. Poling shot doesn't clear the net. And Loramie now out to a 7-point lead. Another quick timeout. We'll keep it right here. I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's action: Cy Sweeterman, Carriage Works, Wilson Health, Orthopedic Institute of Southwest Ohio, Kogi Plumbing, Minster Bank, Sweeterman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, NKT Productions, and NKTelco Sports. I'd also like to thank our scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank. I'd like to mention that at the conclusion of this game, Jeff and I will name a player of the game for the Fort Loramie Redskins.
Nice response from Coach Rogers' team as their lead had dwindled down to 3. Timeout, now they're back up by 7, and it's Coach Watkins who hopes his team can respond just as well. Now we're getting to that past that midway point.
That's right.
You know, you get to that magical number of 20, things really start getting difficult if you're down by much more than a few points.
Yep, these next couple points, big both ways. If Loramie gets a couple here, like you said, you're real close to 20. Russia gets a couple, they might think they're back in this second set as that one's picked up by Plyman and pushed out of bounds from Russia. So Loramie will get another one off the timeout. And I believe that's their biggest lead here at 17-9.
Yep, the 8-point lead. Well, that's way back early in the set when Holdhouse probably ran off 5 straight. Probably
10-3 was the highest lead I saw, so that would be 7.
Service error long. Fort Loramie's been getting some nice service aces, and it's tough to let them go. Good read that time by the Raider defensive line or back line. But some of those I thought, judgmental-wise, could have floated long. But you hate to let them go and they fall in.
For sure. Faith Apple checks in for the Raiders. She steps to the service line.
95% server on the season, Greg. Not a lot of aces, but she keeps the ball in play.
The Raiders trailing by 7. Here's the pass over to Stang, and Stang knocks one home.
First touch. Second touch was as good as well, and it makes that offensive rhythm a lot smoother. And girls, hitters, attackers, I should say, they like it when it's out in front and they can see it and they know where it's coming. Makes their approach that much more aggressive.
Austin serve picked up by Libero. That one pushed across by number 12, Cameo Wilson for the Raiders. It will drop in for a kill.
Cameo Wilson, again, a nice play. Not much else she could have done with it. The set that close to the net allowed her to kind of twist her shoulders and push it to that left front corner. It's a difficult place to defend, and it worked for Wilson.
Monin serve picked up by the Redskins. Here's Holscher. Timing off a little bit there. She hits that one long.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Just not a smooth attack. It looked like she was almost back on the ground when she hit it.
Monin serve again picked up by Meyering this time. Pushed over to Stang. Stang with a nice shot. Knocks it home for a kill.
Stang now with 4 kills in set 2, 7 on the night. Take another look at it. Nice set by Albers. And Stang he's developing some nice confidence there in that left front for the 5'8" junior, Chloe Stang.
Good strong good strong hit by Stang. As you see, Holdhouse goes back to the service line. See if the Raiders can handle her serve better than they did the first time.
5 aces last time for Holdhouse in that spot.
And they take quick work of that one as number 12, Cameo Wilson, gets the kill for the Raiders.
Wilson will check out, but not before she earned her 3rd kill. And again, keeps that score at 19. Her team still trails by 6. So a lot of work left to do for the Raiders.
Plyman serve picked up by Fort Loramie. Good push across there by Meyering. Russia now on the attack. Quick set right up front. That's Poling able to knock it down.
Poling her 2nd kill. Nice assist by Jenna Cordonier. And Poling did the rest. Those combination there of Cordonier and Poling, both classmates. Poling first team All Shelby County League. Cordonier honorable mention.
Misplay here gives Russia a good opportunity as Poling gets the tip off the hit for a kill, and just like that, Russia's only down 4.
Good comeback, and the Raiders have gone to their workhorse, if you will, in Poling, who comes in averaging just under 4 kills per set. She has 3 now here in game number 2.
Loramie trying to get her off the service line, and they go back to Stang. And she knocks another one down as they now push their lead back to 5.
Good timing, good arm swing. Kind of comes around with a real quick snap of the wrist and got good top spin, and ball just dove down to the ground. Difficult to defend.
Stang go back to the service line for Loramie. Good serve. Russia able to handle it and free ball it across. Tough set there, though. It's handled again by Albers.
Albers being in the front row as a front row player allowed that time to go up and attack the ball. So remember, Albers, if they run a 5-1, she's a setter all the way around. Right now she's in the front row, so she can attack just like a regular attacker can.
That one pushed across by Russia. Nice dig by Fort Loramie. Here's Holscher. Her shot blocked in the net by Poling. Russia now back on the attack. They're going to go far side as that one drops for number 5, Morgan Wenrick.
Wenrick with her first kill of game number 2. Keeps the Raiders within 5.
Counts will check back in for the Raiders. That'll send number 6, Monin, back to the service line. Picked up but overplayed. Nice block by Albers off of Poling's shot. Going to go to Wenrick. Loramie blocks again. Nice pop up there to Holscher. Back on the attack. Loramie able to get a handle on that one again off the deflection. Nice back shot there from Albers, blocked by Ruschi. Back and forth we go. Tough one to handle there. Ruschi able to get a hand on it. Now in the overplay, blocked again by Albers. Boy, back and forth on both sides. That one pushed deep and dug up by Stang. Here is Myring with the shot deep. Picked up by Ruschi. A good attempt there by Austin. The kill, though, going to be recorded for Claudia Counts on a great service point, or a great all-around point, I should say.
That was a long volley. You know, someone was going to win the point. Ruschi did, but it was a good battle by both teams. And Ruschi now within 4, so Fort Loramie still some work to do with 4 to go for the Game 2 win.
Austin mishandles that one a little bit. Back over to Holscher, and Ruschi able to recover. Free ball it across. Austin, good pass up to the front. Good chance here for Loramie. Wheel route. Holscher knocks it home.
Nice rhythm. Holscher on that layup offense. Take another look. Put your whole body in it right down the line. No one in place for defense.
Great placement. You can't hit that shot a whole lot better. As Loramie now gets back to a 5-point lead. Here's Holscher serving. Ruschi lucky to pick that one up, and they'll be called for a double hit. So Loramie now just 2 points away from taking the first 2 sets here in this regional semifinal action. That serve mishandled, and an ace recorded there for Holscher.
Set point.
Set point here in the second set. Loramie took the first one 25-18, leading now 24-17 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Kenzie Holscher back to serve. That one dug up by Plyman. Shot over to Poling, and Poling able to knock it through for the kill.
Just strength versus strength. Poling muscles it through the would-be blocker. Sheeran's her 4th kill. Keeps her team alive, but she now goes to the back row to serve.
Here is Poling. Nice serve. Dug up by Stang. Tipped at the net. Battle for by Albers. Good save by Fort Loramie, and they get it back in play. Great effort there. Ruschi now back on the attack. Tipped over by Scott, and she'll record the kill. So Ruschi not going away quietly just yet at 24-19.
Ruschi now on the offense. Saw some great plays defensively by the Redskins to keep it alive. But Ruschi comes up with a better attack.
Poling serve. Back set over to Rodman, who just checked in. And that shot knocked down by number 11, Claudia Counts, as Ruschi now back within 4.
Last attack, 31 for Fort Loramie, Morgan Holscher.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's 4 points now. We'll see once. I think Coach Rogers still has a timeout left. I would expect probably one called if Fort Loramie can't get the point in the game here.
Stang shot, it'll drop, and that'll do it for set number 2 as Loramie takes it 25-20. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us! Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Welcome back to Northmont High School as we get set for set number 3. The Redskins off to a good start as they take the first 2.
Yeah, here in the Thunderdome, it's been quite a bit of action by both teams, and really the key, Greg, to that game, number 2, Fort Loramie serving. They recorded 7 service aces, 5 of them by Abby Holdhouse, really to help jumpstart that game number 2 lead. They held on. Ruschi actually out-attacked Fort Loramie with 14 kills compared to 11, but the serving for Fort Loramie, or maybe the lack of serve receiving for the Raiders, the difference there in game number 2.
Now we're back to action here. Here's Stang on the first shot. It goes into the net. As the Raiders will start it out on top here, 1-0 in set number 3 on our First National Bank scoreboard.
Both teams relatively clean, if you will, as far as hitting errors and such in game number 2. Attacking a little bit better, and again, the serving for Fort Loramie, the key, as Pulling takes advantage of that one. She had 4 kills, Pulling did in game number 2, plus a block. She's had now 3 blocks in the night, and now 7 kills.
And this is that trap you run into in that third game, right? You played good 2 games in a row. You're feeling good about your team. Loramie's got to come out and show with some energy here as they've given up 3 straight and start off in a 3-0 hole here in set number 3. You know, it's tough. You're riding that energy. Momentum's good. You think you're doing awesome, and it's tough not to get a little complacent as Russia gives them a big break there. Get back on to get on the scoreboard here in the third set. That'll send what was their best server in the second set for sure, Abby Holhouse, back to serve.
Again, 5 aces in game number 2. Another hard, aggressive serve. Won't be an ace, but it takes them a little bit out of their offense.
It's going to give Loramie a good opportunity here as they set it over to Stang. Stang shot picked up in the back row by Russia. Miscommunication, it drops. Well, that'll be the easiest point Loramie has tonight other than an ace.
Yeah, it was picked up defensively, and I don't know if obviously the setter got out of position or could not get there, and no one stepped in to help.
Another good serve by Holhouse. Quick set here to Pulling. Nice dig there by Myring. Back to it is Stang, or I'm sorry, that was Stang. Yep, picked up Russia's side and pushed across. Loramie set it up to Stang again. Blocked at the net by Russia. Stang third time just free balls it across. Russia trying to get something going. Here's Pulling. Back line in.
Pulling used all 30 feet of the court, and she's beginning to kind of come up with some big plays. I mean, she hasn't been quiet, don't get me wrong. She's been very active. She's got a number of touches by herself, solo blocking. We already recorded some termination blocks, 3 of them, and beginning to become more of a presence even offensively here in game number 3.
Little mishandle there by Loramie. Myron going to free it across. Russia's going to have a good chance here coming up to the net. Mishandle there by Pulling, so break there for Fort Loramie. Russia had a good opportunity, couldn't do anything with it.
I talked her up, and I really felt like she was going to go to work. Again, kind of a finesse shot. It would have probably been a kill if it got it over, but she left it short, and it becomes a break for the Redskins.
Back on the attack. Here is Pulling this time. She'll go with power and score 1 for the Raiders. Russia, I believe, their biggest lead of the night at 2.
Yeah, 2. That would have been way back in game number 1, probably 2, maybe 3, but probably 2.
As Loramie's been on the top most of this match. Pulling as that service ace drops right in front of Loramie. Thought it might go out of bounds. It paints the line.
31 aces for Pulling coming into tonight's match at 93%. First ace for her, though, in this match. Overpass.
A nice adjustment there by Albers just to go with it on 2. Back sets it over to Holscher. Holscher's going to knock another one down for a kill. Loramie's got Kenzie Holscher with some nice wheel routes there, and she gets good momentum to the net.
The faster she goes, it seems like the harder she can swing, and did a nice job.
And she was going pretty fast there as that one sailed out of bounds.
The knuckleball just floated out.
So Russia back on top, 7-4 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Here is Wenrick. Picked up in the back row by Stang. Shot across by Myring. Russia blocked at the net. Combination there of Albers and Rotterman. Loramie now back to within 2. It's a lot like what we saw in the first set. Back and forth quite a bit. Loramie able to prevail in the end. As Albert's service picked up by Russia and knocked across. Attempt to push it deep there is a double hit. As Loramie cuts into that lead and trailed now just by 1.
Spotted the Raiders 3, I believe, to start the game number 3. Now a point here can tie it up.
Rushi really struggling with that first pass, pushes this one across again. Loramie gonna have a good chance here. Albers sets up Myring. Myring, good swing, and it drops. A little miscommunication there again by Rushi, and we're even at 7.
Take another look here as Myron again gets it right in the wheelhouse and able to go diagonally right in the middle, right between, if you will, would be 2 defenders. That's a good swing by Myron.
Albers serve picked up by Rushi, shot across, then dug out by Albers. Here's Myring again, deep in that far corner, pushed to the front by Rushi. Myring gets it across. Here's Rushi on the overpass. Scott with a good hit on it, dug up by Rushi, right at the net. Nice play there by, I believe that was Holthouse. Rushi back on the attack. Loramie able just to get enough hands on it to get it across. And this is the far side, number 12 there, shoots it across Wilson. Loramie, Holthouse, push deep. Plyman gets a hand on it, and she'll knock it across. Loramie with a good chance here. Set over to Myring through the double block, and it drops. Long point there as Loramie takes their first lead here of set number 3.
It's a good point, tough, hard battle point. They won. They finished with Myring's attack. See if, again, if Fort Loramie can kind of build on this. They've come back from that 3-0 deficit.
Albers serve, pushed over. And Loramie somehow keeps that one alive. Great effort there, not giving up on the play. Poling has to knock it across. Loramie right at the net. A nice dig there by Rushi. As that is Wilson who knocks it across. And Loramie now back on the attack. Here's Myring again off the block and the kill. That's been the go-to shot here for Fort Loramie the last couple of points. As they take a 2-point advantage, it'll lead to a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Welcome back to Northmont High School. We're here in set number 3. The Redskins take the first 2 and now have a 2-point advantage at 9-7 here in the third.
They've responded nicely after kind of coming out of game number 3 in kind of a sleep mode, if you will. Give credit to the Raiders. Yeah, they took advantage of it, and Raiders did. But Fort Loramie's come back. They've done so with some nice attacking. Again, getting in good offense. Second team all-county. Marissa Myring coming up big here as of late. 3 kills to lead the Redskins in this comeback and put them ahead by 2. So an elimination game for Coach Aaron Watkins and his team. Remember, these teams tied in the Shelby County League in second place at 9-3, split during the season.
Here is Scott by the Raiders. That shot across court is in. She's had some nice plays. Jeff mentioned earlier, just a freshman.
Yeah, had 3 kills in set number 2, 1 in set 1, now 5 on the night. And that one's a big one. You're a freshman, you know, your team's down, you go diagonally and dump it right inside the sideline. Big swing for number 3, Ashley Scott.
That serve pushed across by Rushi. Right down the middle is Holthouse, and Rushi able to push it back across. Here's Loramie again. Myring shot, tipped around and drops. A good, you said it best early in the first set, Jeff, or I should say late in the first set. Loramie just played more aggressive offense. You saw some of it there.
These girls are too good to give them, you know, nice sets. You gotta go aggressively as that ball will sail along. If you get stuck free balling it over, you're just almost, you know, you're writing yourself a bad ticket because the offenses are too good. They get into offense, it makes it very difficult, and you got some good hammers for the Redskins. They can bring it from about all positions.
So here's Loramie back on the attack. Here's Stang, blocked at the net by Poling, picked up on the Loramie side. Going down the middle to Rotterman this time. Pushes it deep, picked up by Rushi. That was
nice
almost going to drop, and Loramie can't quite get it back in play. Good effort, though. We're even now at 10.
I believe Austin, one of those in there, and on the desperation attack, I believe it hit those big ceiling fans
the big
in
fans.
the Thunderdome. I think they're called something. I don't think we can say it on
big
air.
Fans.
Yeah,
big
big
fans.
fans.
Here's Loramie back on the attack. Holthouse shot blocked by Poling. And just like that, Rushi ran 3 straight off, and they're up by 1.
Pulling probably with the contact. She was partnered with Cameo Wilson, that double block, and like you said, a 1-point game right now. Nice serve.
Nice soft serve there across by Ruschi. Stang shot across. Back on Loramie's side. Here is Rotterman, dug up in the back row by Plyman. Pushed across and dug out by Loramie. Here's Ruschi again. They're going to go right back over to Wilson. Wilson's play picked up by Stang. She'll go back to Stang. Blocked at the net again with that combination of Cordonier and Poling. And a 2-point lead will push us to a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CEREC and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slonkowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
Welcome back to Northmont High School. We're here in set number 3. Ruschi Raiders retake the lead at 12-10.
Both teams have come back for a little bit. Redskins fell down, came back, took the lead. The Raiders have come back, a game that they've got to have. It's an elimination game for them, and they've done so in large part with number 9, Larissa Pulling, but have been getting some good blocking at the net now for points, so getting it from different angles as well, both offensively and defensively.
So back to live action now and pushed across by Holthouse. Loramie stays on Loramie's side. Rodman will tip it across. Back to Ruschi. Here's Wilson blocked at the net. Ruschi pushes it across. Loramie able to recover. Myron with the shot is blocked at the net and will drop in for a kill for Ruschi.
Again, I think it's Cordonier and Poling.
Yep.
They've tag teamed a couple of times here as of late. And again, now that wall is becoming very invincible. We'll see once the Redskin attackers how they go about it the next time, if they finesse it or if they continue to try to power through.
Stang pops it over to Holthouse. Holthouse looks for an opening, can't quite get it across, and there is Monin getting that, Cordonier getting that one to drop for Ruschi, and just like that, they've pushed it up to a 4-point lead. I believe that's their biggest lead of the night.
A game of inches. Cordonier, the setter, not a lot of attacks for her, but comes up with a big kill for her team, the 4-point lead.
Good block there by Loramie off of Poling, but it goes out of bounds.
4 kills for Larissa Poling. Again, first team all league, averaging 4 kills per set, over a block per set.
Ruschi trying to get back in this match as Stang hits hers long.
Didn't miss by much, Greg, but it missed by enough. And
well, that's what we talked about earlier. You get that momentum going, and right now the momentum has shifted back to Ruschi as they're up to a 6-point advantage. That one's going to be well short into the net.
Monin trying to keep that serve short with many of the defensive receiving people way back up, if you will. It's a tough ball to get if it just crosses the tape or the net. It did not.
Austin's serve picked up by Ruschi. Here's Poling right down the middle, off the block for the kill.
5 kills in set 3 for the junior number 9, Larissa Poling. Add to that 3 blocks for termination and an ace for Poling here in game number 3. Coming up big when her team probably needs her the most. And a 6-point lead.
Plyman serve picked up by Loramie. Here is Holscher. Kenzie Holscher spots the far sideline. And Loramie looking to get something going here. Trail now by 5.
Honorable mention for number 6, a freshman, Kenzie Holscher, a big swing again. It was, if she hits that long, it's a 7-point deficit. She brings her team back to within 5.
Holthouse now back to serve for Loramie. That one dug out by Ruschi. Here's Poling, and that was a no-doubter. She bangs that one home.
Much better aggressive offense for the Raiders, Greg. It's paid off, and Poling's been hot in the front row.
Hattie Meyer checks in for Loramie.
Poling stays in the front row yet. She's in the front right. She'll switch to the middle.
Cordonier serve overplay. Poling gets her shot blocked there by Albers.
And she actually got into the net, did Poling, so it'll be a point for the Redskins.
And Loramie gonna need a big run here. They trail by 5 at 18-13. Good serve by Stang. Passed over to Poling, and she doesn't get it across. We've seen that a couple times tonight. Loramie will gladly take that point.
Take advantage of it. Poling doesn't make many mistakes offensively.
Stang again to serve. That one goes short and into the net. As Russia now with a 19-14 advantage. Poling now back to serve. As Myring checks back in for Fort Loramie. And also, I believe Claudia Counts checking in for Russia. Poling serve, mishandled by Myring. That's going to drop for an ace. And we mentioned it in the first two sets. Things were going well for Loramie. Now the opposite's happening here in the third. Russia with a 20-14 advantage. We'll take a quick break. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
As a business owner, do you find yourself reviewing too many applications, or are you the job seeker filling out dozens of applications in an attempt to find employment? West Staff has been bridging the gap between employers and employees since 1988. Jobs range from manufacturing and clerical to specialized fields such as quality control and engineering. West Staff has the ability to operate as your company's entire HR department or simply payroll employees on a temp to hire basis. West Staff, your partner in business.
And a good shot of the Fort Loramie Redskin team there. They took the first two sets. They trail now, though, here in the third, 20-14.
Russia doing what they needed to do, Greg, and making it difficult for the Redskins to win in straight sets tonight. A little bit of length, if you will, a little bit of points left to go in this set, so Fort Loramie needs to muster a comeback. If not, we'll go to a game 4, and that's going to mean more people in the Thunderdome as the people for the next game. There's that timeout service error combination. But you talk about our next game with Jackson Center and Bremen. Those people are in the gym now as well. So it's a nice facility. It's a pretty full, if you will, capacity. A lot of people standing around the edges. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to see the end of this game.
Back on the attacks, Russia. Misplay there by Loramie, able to recover though and free ball it across. Russia looking to attack. They get it over to Wenrick as their shot goes out on the far sideline. Really close. Break there for Fort Loramie.
Down 4.
As they inch a little closer. Holscher serve again. Good one there. Picked up by Plyman. Far side to Scott. She tips it across the block. Albers with the set. Myring on the attack. That one's going to sail deep, trying to get a tip. Officials say no tip at the net. Point Russia. That'll put Wenrick back to the service line for Russia. Dug up by Myring. Here's the shot. I'm sorry, it's dug up by number 32,
Taylor
Rotterman. Passed over to Myring, who knocks it home for the kill.
Myring now with 5 kills in set number 3. Second team all-conference sophomore. Big set for her in the attack mode with 5 kills. Her team, though, down by 4. Just 4 points remain for the Raiders.
Pass here over to number 12 for the Raiders, Wilson. And Loramie back on the attack. That one knocked down by number 23, Brooke Rotterman for the kill. Loramie with a chance here.
Her first kill for Brooke Rotterman. This, actually, of the match. So 6-foot senior pulls her team to within 3.
Good serve picked up, though, nicely by Russia. Back on the attack. And across with the block. A block coming from Myring will drop in and lead us to another timeout. We'll take a quick break. Also, you're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
We knew that we could use hometown opportunity as an avenue to reach out to people, not just in this community, but across the state.
Hometown opportunity was my saving grace, honestly.
We viewed it as a great resource for us to get the word out about our company.
I saw all the commercials, billboards, and I thought, just give it a shot, why not? And they offered me a photography job on the spot, which was thrilling because I've been searching for months.
The Hometown Opportunity website definitely makes that connection.
Welcome back to Northmont. Loramie trying to edge their way back into this third set, trailing now 21-19 with Sophia Albers to serve. Here's a quick pass over to Wilson. Loramie identifies and picks it up. Back over to Myring. A shot picked up at the net. but I believe we're going to have someone in the net
for the Raiders. So 6 kills for Myring.
Just like that, Loramie goes on, I believe, a 5-0 run and now trailed just by 1. They won the first 2 sets. Russia trying to stay alive, Loramie trying to close it out. Wilson with the shot, picked up in the back row by Loramie. Albers backs that a little tight at the net. Overplay picked up by Loramie, but I believe you're going to have a Loramie person in the net, and that is the call. Big point there goes to Russia.
Both these teams I didn't mention earlier, but I believe Fort Loramie's been to 10 or so straight, district titles, maybe 11 for, number for both these teams have been well represented in this bracket, if you will.
Holthouse right down the middle, gets it right back for Fort Loramie, and it's now 22-21.
Good answer for Abby Holthouse. Just her first kill. Had 4 kills way back in set 1. Had 0 in set 2, but came up that game with those 5 service aces to start the set. Now her first kill here in game number 3.
That's served by Myring, dug out by Russia. Quick set down the middle of Scott. Nice play in the back row by Loramie. Goes back to the Russia side. Set far side. This one to Wilson. Blocked by Loramie. Picked up. Here's Hours with the set. They go over to Stangs. Dumps it across the blockers. Russia, Wilson. Loramie with a good opportunity. Pushed up to the front row. Pushed deep by Holthouse, and it'll drop. What a great play by Abby Holthouse, and we're dead even at 22.
Good court awareness for the 5'10 senior. Take another look at it. Sensing the opening and had to drop it in the corner. She did just barely, but back-to-back kills for Holthouse.
Myring back to serve for Fort Loramie. Hits the service error into the net, giving Russia a 1-point advantage at 23-22. Tough serve there for Fort Loramie.
Those are tough ones to swallow, but you got to move on and get the next play.
Myring with the dig. Back set over to Holthouse. Holthouse catches the top of the tape, and as you mentioned, they went on as they get that one to drop, and we're even at 23. Must win by 2.
Holthouse, good little bit of action here for her with the 3 straight kills, keeping her team right in this set here as we get down to basically overtime almost.
Poling back in the game. That picked up by Loramie. Back row shot by Myring. Hits the top of the tape and drops. What a shot as Loramie is now at match point.
Wow, take another quick look here. Top of the tape, almost came down, spun over, her 7th kill. Match point, as Greg mentioned.
Point of the night right here for Loramie. If they can get it to go. Pushed across by Russia. Loramie with the save. Free ball back across. Russia's side. They're going to go to Poling. She pushes it, and it's going to drop. As you would expect all night, Poling's been a big part of that Russia offense. Gets us even at 24.
Big play by Poling. Match point, found the answer. Her 7th kill of set 3.
Plyman serve for Russia, dug up by Loramie. Albers pushes it over to Holscher. Now back on the Russia side. Here's Poling again. Big swing in. Looked wide from here. Couldn't quite tell. Doesn't matter up here. Official calls it in. Russia now with a 1-point lead.
Now the pressure back onto the Redskins, if you will, because they now trail at set point.
Plyman shot in on the back line, and an ace will close it out for Russia as they win set number 3. We'll take a quick break and be back with set number 4 as you're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
For over 27 years, the knowledgeable, reliable, and experienced staff at Lamb's Insurance Agency has been providing superior auto and home insurance to the people of West Central Ohio and Indiana. The team's understanding of the agricultural community and farming operations is second to none. We support the local communities because we are, well, local. If you are looking for excellent claim service, stop by or call today for your quote. Lamb's Insurance Agency, representing Ohio Mutual Insurance Group.
At 21st Century Kitchens, we know that every home has a style to go with it. From first-time homebuyers, to families with the pitter-patter of little feet, to teenagers taking over the kitchen, 21st Century has what you want, customizing the style, layout, and price point to fit your budget. Kitchens by Craftmade and quality cabinets, countertops by Wilson Art and Cambria, along with availability of granite, marble, and wood.
See what's in store behind the yellow door for your 21st Century Kitchen.
Welcome back to Northmont High School as we get ready for set number 4. The third one was pretty darn good as Russia able to hold on 26-24.
Yeah, probably the most competitive, although we've had some couple good matches or sets to begin tonight. This one, a thriller as Fort Loramie had match point serving. Pulling comes up with a huge kill, and Russia then scores the next couple points to win the overtime game 26-24. 10 kills for the Raiders, 8 of them by Pulling in set number 3 for Fort Loramie. They had 13 kills, 7 of those coming from Marissa Myring, 3 from Abby Holdhouse, 2 from Kenzie Holscher, and 1 from Brooke Rotterman. But it's the Raiders who forced game 4.
We're underway. Holdhouse's shot far side goes out of bounds. And again, Russia will start out on top. It seems like they've gotten that first point or two in every set. As that one's picked up on an overplay, Russia will be back in action here again. Here's Pulling off the shot, dug up by Austin. She's been busy in that back row. Lift going to be called there against a double hit for Russia. Will quickly even us up at 1 here in set number 4.
Holdhouse had that big game number 2 with the 5 service aces. Has not served one since that time, but boy, what a run she was in there in game number 2 serving.
Pulling shot blocked at the net by Loramie. Russia scrambling, can't get to it. Some good net play there by Loramie. Gets them on top here in set number 4.
Didn't get the ace, but maybe again kept them from getting the ball, the serve, if you will, into offense, into system.
That one mishandled. Russia somehow tracks it down. Great effort. Pulling knocks it across and almost gets it a dead shot out of it. Loramie though recovers. Pulling though back on the action, brings it home.
So a couple of very nice plays defensively there, Greg. Keyword defensively, keeping the ball alive. Pulling got all of that one. That was a top-down approach, difficult
for sure
to defend. She got all of it. Her first kill of set 3. Pulling now, as I mentioned, 2 in game 1, 4 in game 2, 8 in game 3.
And Loramie misplays that one and it drops in for an ace for Plyman as Russia gets back on top at 3-2 here in set number 4.
Plyman, her second service ace of the night, had one last set, and that one right there for her second one.
A mishandle there, but Loramie again with fantastic effort, diving to save the ball back on the Russia side. Pulling with the running one-hander, gets the layup to drop.
I like how you call it. That's what it was to me. And put it where they're not. Pulling again. Larissa Pulling making some big plays offensively for the Raiders.
Plyman now back to serve again. Drops this one short. Loramie, good job picking it up. Here's Stang trying to get Loramie back on track. And as that one will drop to bring the Redskins back within 1. Loramie looking to take this 4th set and close out the match as they're up 2-1. And the Raiders trying to extend it to 5. That one picked up, pushed across, but blocked to the net by Myring. As Loramie will even us up here in set number 4 at 4.
Marissa Myring, a solo block. Good timing on her part. Good
Stang
termination
serve.
Block.
Stang serve picked up by Russia. Shot across by Pulling. Loramie now back on the attack, bumps it across. Set over here to Wenrick, blocked partially at the net by Loramie, but that one will drop for number 5, Morgan Wenrick for the Raiders. Raiders now back on top, 5-4. Number 6, Cordonier back to serve. Myring with the shot, picked up in the back row by Russia, pushed across by Wenrick. Good chance here for Fort Loramie. Pushed over, Holscher straight down.
Nice offensive there by Fort Loramie. Take a look at the end of it. The rhythm, the timing, when you can hit on top of the ball down, it makes things a whole lot more fun if you're the attacker. Holscher did a nice job doing just that.
Holscher with the serve. Straight up front by Pulling, dug out by Holscher in the back row. Tracked down by Albers and shot across by Stang. Russia pushes it over. Loramie back on the attack. Myring far side. And we're going to have a
Net violation on the Raiders. Marissa Myron will get credit for the kill as the Raiders trying to block it. Commit the violation. Loramie with a 1-point lead.
And I believe it's their first lead here in the fourth set. As Rushie's going to dump that one in the opening. That shot over by Claudia Counts will get us evened up back at 6.
Good ball placement by Counts. Senior tying the game back up for the Raiders.
Pulling with the serve. Set over to Rotterman. Picked up by Rushi, pushed across. Nice follow there by Marissa Myring as she drops it in for the kill.
I believe the set by Cordano just drifted, carried, if you will, over the net. It was a difficult set she put out there and doing a nice job taking advantage of it. Myring with her second kill.
Albers now back to serve for Fort Loramie, leading by 1. Pushed over to Scott. Her shot will drop. Ashley Scott with another nice kill for the Raiders.
6 kills for number 3, Ashley Scott. And that ties it back up at 7 as freshman Ashley Scott with 6 total kills on the night.
That one dug up by Stang. Pushed across, and it looks like we got a Redskin in the net. That will be the call.
First pass pushed Sophia Albers into the net.
Rushi now back on top by 1. Wenrick's serve picked up by Loramie. Over to Holhouse, and nobody picked that one up by Rushi. Big miscommunication there.
Right in the middle of the defense. Holhouse, her first kill of set number 4.
Neither team running away from this one as we're even again at 8. Here's Myring's shot. Dug up by Plyman, pushed the front row to Wilson. Loramie dives on it. And now shot across by Stang. Back on the other side, Wilson with the big windup, dug up. She'll go again. Austin with the dig. And now Brooke Rotterman with the shot will knock it home for the Redskins. Good defense there by Fort Loramie, leads to offense.
It was. A couple good shots by Wilson, and kind of like Brooke Rotterman, just kind of waiting her turn, gets a set, and bam. It's like there's nothing to it. Hit it where they're not.
Piece of cake.
Wilson hit some high velocity shots, very well defended by the Redskins, but it was Brooke Rotterman in the end winning the point for the Redskins.
Here's that staggered set again. That one picked up by Scott. Shot across here by Stang. A good shot, too much for pulling the handle. And the Redskins back up by 2.
Second kill for number 12, Chloe Stang here in set number 4. Had no kills in set number 3. Now with 11 on the night.
Myrie shot picked up by Plyman. Wilson knocks that one across. It'll drop.
Well, Wilson went at it the last volley, if you will, with a couple hard attacks. Couldn't come up with a point. Threw a changeup at the defense.
Yes,
and wow. So we've seen a couple off-speed hits work really well tonight, finding the ground before finding a defender.
Served by Apple. Here's Loramie on the attack. Stang hits in the back row for the easy point.
Her third kill, that one, again, hit pretty well and where the defense was not.
Yeah, nobody really playing in that back row. It was a good placement there by Stang. Loramie now on top 11-9 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Austin with the serve. Picked up, pushed across by Rugi. Loramie back at the net. Here's Holhouse. Nice dig there by Apple. Can't handle it though, as Loramie finally gets past that 2-point lead up to 3, and that'll lead to a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpaug, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Welcome back to Northmont High School as we're here in the fourth set. Fort Loramie pushing out to a 12-9 lead, biggest one they've had here so far in the fourth.
And about as mentioned, or as soon as you mentioned right away, the 3-point lead, it didn't take Coach Watt Watkins, anytime at all, call a timeout. He felt the same way you did. It's like, yeah, that's the biggest lead all set here. We need to get a stop here, and we've seen it already where the timeouts, following a timeout, the serve, if you will, into the net or out of bounds. And that's what Russia needs right now is a side out to get back on offense. They'll have to play this one.
And Russia gets it. Is another good shot there from Ashley Scott. Drops in for the Raiders.
Good answer from a freshman. She will go out. Lexi Monin serves now for the Raiders as they will try to get back from that 3-point deficit.
Monin serve picked up. Loramie side, wheel route. Holscher got it to drop again. She's had good success with that here tonight.
We've seen her a few times. That time she cut it back to the middle. We've seen her a few times go down the line with pretty good swing. That time got a touch, but it dropped on the Raiders side of the court.
Served by Holhouse, goes long.
First service error of game number 4 for Fort Loramie. None thus far for the Raiders here in game 4.
Hattie Meyer checks in for the Redskins. That one's dug up by Meyering. Pass over to Holscher again. That one picked up by Plyman. Nice play by Russia D. Wenrick's shot pulled up by Fort Loramie. Pops that one up to Meyering. Meyering down and into the net. Reduced the Loramie lead to just 1 at 13-12.
Tough break for the Redskins. Myron just not an aggressive swing, kind of trying to not hit it too hard, but hit it too soft.
This one pushed over to Stang. Stang across the block. Nice hit. Will drop for the kill.
After going killless in game 3, Stang has responded here in game 4. Her 4th kill, and back to a 2-point lead now for the Redskins.
Stang now back to serve as that one sails long and out of bounds again for Fort Loramie.
Boy, I can't get over what an environment here tonight,
Yeah.
Greg. Northmont High School, the Thunderdome, the second game waiting. So they're in the building. This place is packed. A lot of people here to watch us good volleyball on what we expect to be as well next match.
Claudia Counts called for the double hit there. Will give Loramie their 2-point advantage back as they now lead 15-13 in this crucial game 4. Holscher with the serve, picked up by Plyman. Back set over to Poling. A little miscommunication and or timing there, and that one will drop.
Poling records her 3rd kill. Remember, she had a huge game number 3 with 8 to go along with a 6 she had in the first 2. So add those up, and she's got right around 18.
Poling with the serve, and that one sails just long. Good vision there by Fort Loramie.
17 kills for Poling. Excellent night for Poling again. First team All-League, just a junior as Poling.
Albers back to serve for Fort Loramie. That one dug up by Scott. They're going to go right back to her. Shot blocked at the net, but it goes out of bounds.
So a kill for Scott. They'll call a touch. Difference is Fort Loramie touched it versus the net, if you will, ricocheting it out of bounds.
So Loramie just can't get away from Russia. It's 16-15. Wenrick to serve. Dug up by Stang. Passed over to Holhouse down the middle. Russia able to corral it. They'll free ball it across. Good chance here for Loramie. Pushed it over to Meyering. Meyering off the block, but nice save by Wenrick. Right at the overplay. As that one will drop for Holthouse. I think they're going to call maybe a net violation there.
No, I think
sure.
it was just down. I think someone got hurt, though. They're going to give the kill to Holthouse. That'll bring a little bit of stoppage time as they attend to her, Greg, but back to a 2-point lead again for the Redskins.
Yeah, Loramie's been at that 17-15, 16-14. Really had not much of a big lead here. Went to 3 was the biggest. Well, we got a second. I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's action. Cy Sweeterman, Carriage Works, Wilson Health, Orthopedic Institute of Southwest Ohio, Kogi Plumbing, Minster Bank, Sweeterman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, NKT Productions, and NKTelco Sports. Thanks again to all those great sponsors. Good sign on the floor as the hurt player is able to get up and walk off.
Cameo Wilson, I believe, number 12. Not sure what happened. The senior gets help getting off and coming in to fill her spot is number 4, Samantha Garkey. Didn't really see what happened. I know there was a lot of bodies, if you will, near the
probably
net.
Tangled their feet, I'm guessing, but I didn't see a clear shot of it either.
The point was awarded to Fort Loramie. They, as you mentioned, push that lead up by 2, just not been able to get separation.
And if either team's wanting to get on a run, now is the time, as we're approaching that 20-point area at 17-15. Loramie on top, so Loramie able to put together a couple big points here. It would go a long way for them, as that'll send Myring back to serve for Fort Loramie. They lead 2-1. This dug out by Ruschi, pushed over to Garkey, who just came in the game. Popped up over to Holhouse. Holhouse takes on the double block, back on the Ruschi side. Pass over, mishandled, and bumped across by Ruschi. Loramie with a great chance here. Backs that over to Stang, is picked up by Ruschi and bumped across. Austin able to track it down for Fort Loramie. And again, free ball across. That one's going to be mishandled. A big break there for Loramie off of basically a free ball shot. Is hit out of bounds.
Stang will get the kill, and yeah, it was kind of a gift, if you will. Not hit very well, but just mishandled, and thought it was odd. Garkey comes in the game, and first ball
they set her up, right?
Here we go, hit it. And she got it over, but hadn't played much or, been that active, but got it across.
This one over by Holhouse, picked up by Ruschi. And they knock it across from Poling. Right up to the net, nice save there, and pushed deep by Holhouse. They're gonna set this one up to Scott, blocked by Loramie. Bumped and free balled across. Neither team having a good chance here. Here's one, Ruschi, nope, mishandled. Both players going for that one. Here is Stang, and as that one gets blocked at the net.
I believe into the net. Just a miss hit into the net. I don't think it was a block, but boy, it was kind of a long volley,
nothing pretty about it.
Clean,
a lot of miss hits, and eventually
it was a miss hit that caused the point. Yeah, really, each team just kind of keeping the ball alive.
That one picked up by Myring, passed to Holhouse. And back line in. Jeff called it.
Sorry, sometimes I think out loud.
No, it's all right.
It's easier for me to stat as we're going along. But yeah, Holhouse, again, 30 feet from the net was a back line, and she dropped it about 29-10. 29 feet, 10 inches, Greg.
Couldn't place that one, and thank you for clearing that up. Couldn't place that one any better. Austin's serve here, shot across by Scott, blocked at the net. Ruschi pushes it deep. Austin again tracks it down. Quick set to Holscher. And a nice save by Ruschi as Poling can't get it over on the third hit. And Loramie now with a 4-point advantage at 20-16, and that is going to lead us to a timeout. We'll take a quick break also. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
Brand presence is everything. Is it time to create a video that promotes your business? NKTelco has the solution with NKT Productions. NKT Productions can create a national caliber commercial or video specifically to your business needs and demographics. Utilize NKTelco ad insertion, and your video is made available to 6,000 plus subscribers in 8 local communities on 23 major networks. Take advantage of the overwhelming traffic that video gets. Visit nktelco.net for more information.
Welcome back to Northmont High School. We're here in the 4th set. The Fort Loramie Redskins got to their biggest lead on that last point. They now lead 20-16.
Well, they're beginning to, again, get a little bit of room, like you mentioned. Big timeout for Coach Watkins. His team has to get a stop here. You hate to go down by 5 with only 4 to go. It's like match play. You got to have, right. You don't want to trail by too much with not many to go. That made sense.
Yeah,
so
point on every serve. It makes it tough. So here is Ruschi back on the attack, bumped across, goes out of bounds.
Garkey swing didn't miss by much. It would have been one of those maybe momentum changers. Hit it where they weren't, but about 6 inches too wide.
So Loramie now with the 5-point lead. Austin's shot goes wide. So Ruschi will get it back on the service there, trailing by 4.
They're down 4 with 4 to go. Ruschi's got to get on top of that. They got to point by point, obviously, but keep it in play.
Monin with the serve, dug up by Myring. Stang with the push across. And an overplay is right to Poling as she knocks it home.
That was an awkward spot. If you could do it over, obviously you'd like better offense, but boy, he put it right in the wheelhouse for number 9, and she doesn't miss many of those chances.
And there she is again on the block. So Poling single-handedly trying to bring her Russia Raiders back into this match. Timeout taken. We'll just keep it right here. As you mentioned just a minute ago, Jeff, it was a 5-point advantage. Loramie had all the momentum. It's really almost a flip-flop of last game. Russia was leading the whole game. Loramie caught up, and Loramie couldn't quite get over the top to win it. And now Loramie on top, the 21-19 advantage of Russia trying to climb back in, because if they don't win this game,
they're going home.
It's over.
Yep. And you mentioned these first touches, so critical. And the first time Fort Loramie came out, it was the pass just maybe 6 inches too much. Couldn't get it where you wanted, and then the third hit not able to be put back very far, and Poling's there, and then she comes up again with a solo block. Why is it good players always seem to be in the right spot at the right time? I mean, they have a knack for making big plays.
You can see she wants to make the play for sure.
She's made some big ones now. Fort Loramie, though, still the 2-point advantage, and not saying that Fort Loramie has good players too. Can they make that play now? It all starts again with the first touch.
And this is a huge point at 21-19. It's either going to be a 3-point lead or a 1-point game. Loramie back on the attack. Holthouse gets it across for Loramie. Big point. Well, they're going to say
it was down.
I was going to say I thought it was down, and Russia kept playing.
Play to the whistle, Greg.
So big point there as Loramie now up to a 3-point advantage and 3 points to take the match.
Abby Holthouse, her 5th kill, and maybe the biggest one.
That serve from Holthouse, and she serves up an ace. Loramie now just 2 points away from advancing to the regional final.
They will play the winner of our next match, New Bremen versus Jackson Center.
Holthouse back to serve again. Picked up by Russia. Here is Poling. Poling gets it across the double block for the kill.
19 kills on the night for Larissa Poling. Again, swinging hard, and she stays in the front row. Does Poling, number 9. She's in the middle, so she's going to be able to block and, again, attack.
Wheel route. Holscher knocks it home. And just like that, Loramie is at match point. Again, they had one last game as well. They got 4 of them here.
Nice layup offense for Holscher. She's capitalized on that timing.
Staying with the serve, trying to close it out for Fort Loramie. Picked up in the back row. Russia going back to Poling. Dumps it across. Albers with the save. Far side, Myron across the block. Picked up again by Russia. They're going to go this time back to Wenrick. She gets it across. Meyer tried to get it across. Got too much of that one. Be called for a double hit.
Actually, net violation.
Net violation. My mistake.
So the error will give the point, and the suspense will continue to build here as the Raiders making it interesting again. Just hanging around, and Loramie 1 point away from moving on.
24-21 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Russia trailing 2-1. Looks like Russia got a break there. Looked like they were going to have a violation of rotation as the wrong server was back. As now that's going to send, I believe it's number 6, Jenna Cordonier, back to the service line. Her Raiders trailing by 3. Loramie trying to close it out. Short serve picked up by Austin. Back set, Holscher. Too hard on that one. Goes long and out of bounds. Now Russia trailing now just by 2. As they inch a little closer, Loramie still at match point. Picked up in the back row, popped up for Myring. She bumps it across. Russia stays alive, punches it over. Austin right at the net, played over by Albers, and back on the Russia side. Popped up for Poling. The hammer shot, far side is in, right on the line. Russia cuts it within 1. Now at 24-23. Wow, Jeff, it seems like as soon as we think this one's going to end, the other team comes back. Just like the last set, we went to 26-24. Russia hanging on by a thread.
Key word is you mentioned, as soon as we start to think. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not a thinking game anymore. It's the reaction, and doing what you do is natural. So
that's why I'm up here and not down there.
Me too. I'm right here with you, and it's been quite a battle, and it's just no one wants to go home, and this would be a huge win if Russia can come back. I mean, Fort Loramie just needs that one good touch and get into offense. They've been on the defensive end.
And you can see what Rushie's done. They know who their big hitter is, and they've been going to Poling a lot.
As much as they can, try to feed Poling. She will make something happen. Fort Loramie just needs one good rotation and try to get something, start, if you will, get them on top with the advantage and force Rushie to play D.
Cordonier serve, pushed across. Loramie bumps it across, and it's deep and out of bounds. So just like that, we are even at 24.
Each team out of timeout, so what you see is what you're
playing,
going to get.
Baby.
Play on.
Play
overtime.
on. Austin bumped up over to Myring. Myring, deep far corner, picked up by Rushie. Wenrick looked like she was going to, she pushed that one into the net, so big play there by Loramie. They go back on top, 25-24.
Match point.
Got to win by 2. Match point here again. Holscher with the serve. It's a hard one, right on the line and in. An ace, and that'll do it for this match. Loramie takes it in dramatic fashion here in the 4th set. We'll take a quick break and be back with our post-game wrap-up. You're watching high school volleyball on NKTelco Sports.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwieterman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
I happened to pivot wrong and hurt my knee. I ended up tearing my ACL. It hit me pretty hard because I love playing lacrosse. I met my surgeon and he made me feel confident about being able to get back into playing lacrosse. They always just took such good care of me and they really were confident in what they were doing, which made me feel confident that I would be able to get back to playing lacrosse.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Welcome back to Northmont High School as we just finish off the first semifinal action. The Fort Loramie Redskins take it in 4 with our post-game stats. Here is Mr. Jeff Henchen.
Well, a heck of a game, a match that lasts nearly 2 hours. A heck of a battle between two Shelby County athletic teams. It's won, as Greg said, by the Redskins in 4, and they were pretty competitive. Each team battled in the games they were behind. The Redskins win in 4. Attacking numbers, if you will, went this way for the Fort Loramie Redskins. They end the match with 44 kills. They were led in double figures by 12 from Abby Holthouse, 11 from Marissa Myring, 11 from Chloe Stang, and just below 10 was Kenzie Holscher with 8, and Brooke Rodderman with 2 for their total of 44 kills. On the other side, very evenly matched, Russia Raider team ended with 41 kills. They were led by Larissa Poling. She led all the players, if you will, with 20 kills on the night. 8 from Ashley Scott, 5 from Cameo Wilson, 4 from Claudia Counts, and 3 from Morgan Wenrick and 1 from Lexi Mana for their total of 41. Bit of a part of the key to the game, Greg, was the serving. Fort Loramie 12 service aces on the night compared to just 4 for Russia. Blocking pretty even. We talked about that. Fort Loramie finishes with 8 termination blocks, Russia with 7. Difference in the game, maybe the serving, which ironically probably can lead us right into our player of the game if you're ready for that.
For sure.
Well, that serving that we talked about, a big asterisk next to that mark is going to go to our player of the game. That's 5'10" senior. She wears number 20. Her name is Abby Holthouse. Finished the game, as I said, with 12 kills and a block, but had 6 aces on the night, 5 of them coming in set number 2 to start the game. Really propelled them, had a big ace in the final set number 4, part of the difference, if you will, and plus the attacking. She hit some big shots for her team late in these matches to help their team win a very difficult game against an enemy they knew so well.
Yeah, very well. It was a great match, as you mentioned. Very well deserved by a senior there, leading her team through as we get set for the second one. That's going to do it here for us on this one. Again, congratulations to Coach John Rogers and the Fort Loramie Redskins as they advance. That's going to do it for us. Here, I'd like to thank our director, Isaac Sell, our assistant director, Daniel Allen, our cameraman, Camden Carter, my partner, Jeff Hench, and I'm Greg Burning. Thanks for watching and have a good evening.